What's up, everyone? My name is Magnolia, and I am sick today, so please be patient with me if my voice sounds a little bit weird, but we do have to soldier on because today we're building the big pale oak tree. Let's go. By now, you guys know the drill. I'm putting the materials list up for our survival friends while we talk about what this tree will entail. First off, this tree is about 4 times bigger than our medium pale oak that we did last week. As we can see, I've split this into 4 quadrants, each one being about the same size as the area we've put this little medium tree on. The fact that it's so big is exactly why I split it into quadrants, so it'll be easier to follow. If you did watch the end of my last video, you did see that we will, as demonstrated on screen, be showing first the entire layer in a grid, and then be moving on as we work on the individual quadrants to quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and finally quadrant 4. And that is progressing in this counterclockwise shape. This tutorial, with some very minor exceptions, is designed to be able to be followed without the sound on, just like my others. The only times I'd recommend having the sound on is when there's stairs to place or slabs, although it can be quite intuitive. If you have a question, just turn the sound on or turn your captions on. My videos are always captioned. So let's get started. On each layer, I'll be moving this center block up just one space, just so I have some room to work, but I still know where the edge of our little grid is. And I will typically start at this inner corner here. So for quadrant 1, we'll start on the bottom left of our screen. We'll start with just a pale oak wood, some slabs, and some more pale oak wood to make these roots. Now for the roots, do have this facing sideways. I think it looks better, but it doesn't really matter what you decide to do. It's all up to you. This is your tree. For this tutorial, just because it's so long, I will have less talking than usual because it gets repetitive to say leaves 600 times. So, you know. Quadrant 2, we're starting with a tuff block and some logs and wood. I have differentiated the logs and wood in this tutorial because it actually does make a difference. I didn't want you to gather, 100 pale oak woods that you didn't need that you could have been using for the logs. Another reason I'm not talking as much is because I am recovering from being sick, and I don't want to ruin my voice again, because I did just get over losing it. That is quadrant 2 complete. Quadrant 3 is going to always be our most resource-heavy layer. That's just where the bulk of the trunk is. So we'll start with our pale oak logs and the surrounding area of the trunk. Now for the trunk, I would have my pale oak facing upwards. We're going to continue to fill out this root system here, just to give it that impression of it being there for a very long time. The earth has kind of weathered away around it, and the roots have been exposed due to flooding or storms. Up to the imagination here. Now for these stairs down here in the bottom left, they'll be facing right side up and down, just like this. That's quadrant 3 done. Moving on to quadrant 4, we have some more pale oak blocks to really frame that trunk. For our stairs over here, the first one will be facing right side up and to the left. Then we'll place our pale oak wood. And then we're going to skip these 3, 1, 2, 3 spots and place our slab. And then for our stairs, we'll place the one on the left, facing to the left and upside down, then another one to make a T shape, and another one to loop back around. So this is a very squiggly route. I'll leave that there for a second so you can look at it. All right, and now we're moving on to layer 2. Quadrant 2 starts on our one pale oak wood right here with the stairs, and then another pale oak wood facing sideways, and 3 slabs all on the top half, a tuff block, and some more stairs leading into that route. Just like that. Quadrant 2 is really easy. We place our pale oak log, and then our tuff block, and then our pale oak wood. Quadrant 3 will start with this trunk. And move out to this root system here. So, starting on this root right here, we'll place a stair, and then a wood, and then 1, 2, 3 tuff slabs facing, or on the top half, another slab on the bottom half, and this stair upside down facing upwards. Just like this. Quadrant 4, we have some tuff to create some of that variety in the trunk like we saw with our other trees. And we'll come over here and place 2 tuff slabs on top of this T shape. And that is layer 2 done. I'll put layer 3 on screen for you. Starting with quadrant 1, we come up here, and starting on our wood, we go 1, 2, 3, 4 pale oak slabs. Quadrant 2, again, very easy, and moving on to quadrant 3, we're continuing to fill out this trunk. Coming over to this root system that we just built, we'll start on this wood right here and place a slab, 2 sideways facing woods, just like that, and another slab, and move on to quadrant 4 to finish off layer 3. I'll put layer 4 on screen. Quadrant 1 has nothing in it. Quadrant 2 is just 1 block. Quadrant 3. And quadrant 4. Layer 5, very similar. There's not much going on in this layer because we have finished the root system but haven't quite reached the bottom of the branches yet. So quadrants 1 and 2 both have nothing in them. And then quadrant 3. And quadrant 4. That is 5 layers done. We are 1/5 of the way through our tree. Moving on to layer 6. Again, quadrants 1 and 2 have nothing in them. So we'll move swiftly on to quadrants 3 and 4. Layer 7, again, nothing too crazy. Nothing in quadrant 1 or quadrant 2. Quadrant 3, we're continuing to fill out the trunk. On quadrant 4, just make sure this tuff, or this pale oak wood block is facing up and down, as well as on your whole trunk. Okay, layer 8 is where we start to see some of our branches. Quadrants 1 and 2 are still empty, but we can start building on quadrant 3. So in order to place this block, we're going to come down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and over 1, and place that block with the pale hanging moss underneath it. If you're new here, that is what the pink interior for our grid looks like, or means rather, that there is a pale hanging moss underneath the block we just placed. Quadrant 4, 2 more pale oak logs, and then we're on to layer 9. Quadrant 1 has nothing in it, but quadrant 2 does. So we'll start right under this blue block here. We'll go out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then up 1, 2, 3, 4. And then place our leaf with the moss. Quadrant 3 is where we see our Creaking Heart be placed. Now, if you are in survival, please don't worry about it. If you can't find a Creaking Heart or you don't want to add one, you don't have to. It's just for lore purposes. And if you're in creative, feel free to add some more throughout the tree. Just make sure there's a pale oak log on top of and on bottom of it, or else it won't activate. But I add it because this tree is built to be the centerpiece of a forest. It's meant to have lore, it's meant to have creatures around it, it's meant to be the sort of mysterious thing that you see rising out of the forest. So I like to add the Creaking Heart just as a little bit of extra lore. We'll come down to this leaf we placed last time and build on that. For this leaf, we'll come down 1, 2, and then over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and place our leaf. Quadrant 3. We'll come over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And there we have it. Layer 10 is on screen for you now. We have the victorious return of Quadrant 1 with a single leaf and a single moss. So we'll come over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then up 1, 2, 3, place our leaf and our moss. And there is our small contribution to Quadrant 1. Quadrant 2 we place on top of our existing leaf. And then we'll come to Quadrant 3 and place this pale oak log, thus activating the Creaking Heart. So if you're on survival again, this will spawn a creaking if it's nighttime, I believe. And we'll continue building on our existing leaves. And that is layer 10 done. Layer 11 going up on screen for you. And we'll start with quadrant 1. Then quadrant 2, we'll place one here, and then come over just like this. Quadrant 3. And quadrant 4. We'll come over here, just like that. Then we'll come down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, over 1, and our leaves. That is layer 11 done. Layer 12 on screen. And starting with quadrant 1, we'll place a leaf block there and there, just like that. Quadrant 2, 3, and 4. And that's layer 12 done. Layer 13 marks our halfway point because it is a 25 layer tree, so we are halfway done. That is awesome. For quadrant 1 of layer 13, we are starting our actual branch here. As you can see, it's tapered out to an end here, and will eventually build up into the branch we can see right here. Quadrant 2, we are continuing to add. and quadrant 3 as well. Quadrant 4. And that is layer 13. Layer 14, we're still building up our branches on quadrant 1 and quadrant 2. We're continuing our trunk as well. And that is layer 14 done. Layer 15, we are now thickening this branch with a full block and adding some extra little leaves that will drape down. Over on quadrant 2, we have some leaves right in the bottom right-hand corner here, and we are starting our branch up here. That will go right in the middle there, and we'll build the rest of the leaves around it. We do have a new leaf out here, so we'll come out 1, 2, 3, 4, and place our leaf, and then continue over here. That is layer 15 done. Layer 16, and we'll start with some new leaves right under here. And continuing to build on this branch right here. Quadrant 2. Quadrant 3. And a reminder to keep your wood facing upward. And quadrant 4. Thank you guys again for putting up with this pretty quiet tutorial while I rest my voice, because I do want to get better and keep making videos for you all. Oh, on layer 15, I did forget to add a couple of leaves right here, so if you did see that, good eye. And if not, no worries, I missed it too. So then we'll add to those on layer 16. And that's layer 16 done. As we can see on our big grid, everything is starting to come together and converge into the top of the tree, just like we see over here. Quadrant 1 will continue building up these leaves and our branch. Quadrant 2, we're just continuing right on this branch right here. Quadrant 3, and then coming down to these blocks here, we'll build out this L shape, and coming up here, this wall will just go right here. Right in the middle where it feels like it should be. And if you don't like how anything on this tree is placed, feel free to change it. It's your tree. And quadrant 4. And that is layer 17 done. Layer 1. Quadrant 2. Now our branch is starting to curve over here, so we'll place our new leaves down and then grab some tuff, like that. Quadrant 3. We do have some stairs that will be facing upside down and to the left, just like this. Now, because of the way we've separated the quadrants, we can't really see that these are all coming together to form a branch, but it is. It'll come up from here, go along here, into that. But it is separated between quadrant 3 and 4. Quadrant 4. Now I did mess up layer 17 down here. These leaves will need to have, or this tuff block and this leaf will need to have a space between them, and again on layer 18. That's layer 18 done. Layer 19, we are connecting this branch together just like that, and adding our little leaves around it. Quadrant 2. We are really rounding out or curving out our branch here. And placing our pale oak wood, I would actually have that facing upward. But it is so high up, and it does get surrounded by branches, or leaves, so it doesn't really matter. We also have some new leaves out here. And that is quadrant 2. Quadrant 3, as usual, our most resource intensive. We have lots of new leaves on this layer, so just keep an eye out for these little ones right here. And over here as well. And now onto quadrant 4. And we have a set of stairs here. These will be upside down and facing right, because this will connect out with this branch over here. This branch curves around here, so the branch will actually curve out away from the tree first. Before next layer or two, it will come back inward. And that is layer 19 done. Layer 20, things are really starting to connect up. We're now covering the top of our branch here. And moving on to quadrant 2, we're still connecting up the branch to the main trunk of the tree. I would place this pale oak wood facing to the left because it is helping connect this branch. This tuff slab will be on the bottom half of the block so that it helps with this transition upward. Quadrant 3. Have this wood facing up. And quadrant 4. I'd place this wood block facing side to side, but it doesn't matter because it does have leaves on either side of it. This slab will go on the bottom half of the block. And that is layer 20 done. Layer 21 is our last layer with anything in quadrant 1. So come over to right here and place those 2 blocks to finish off this branch. Quadrant 2. I'd face these pale woods also facing sideways, and the pale oak slab on the bottom half of the block. Quadrant 3. This slab is also on the bottom half of the block. For this stair, let's have it facing upside down and down to meet this branch over here. We'll place our wall and a tuff stair facing this way, and a tuff stair facing upside down to the right, so it creates this little quarter stair paired with the stair over here. And then we'll finish up with a tuff block and coming over here. That's quadrant 3 done, and we'll move on to quadrant 4. Now for this branch right here with the stairs and the slabs, we'll place our stairs upside down and our slabs on the top half of the block, just like this. And moving down here. We'll place this pale oak wood facing sideways and a slab on the bottom half of the block. And that is layer 21 complete. Layer 22, as usual, does not have anything in quadrant 1. And quadrant 2, we will continue placing these pale oak leaves along with some slabs. All of these slabs will be on the bottom half of the block. Quadrant 3, we'll start with some leaves and a little more on the trunk here. Our slab will be on the bottom half of the block, and our tuff will just come out like that, with our pale oak wood facing sideways, and another slab on the bottom half of the block. Then we'll come out here and continue placing our leaves. Our pale oak wood will face sideways. Our stairs will be upside down facing to the left, like this. And then all 4 of our slabs will be on the top half of the block, with another set of stairs upside down facing to the right. And then we'll place the leaves around it. quadrant 3 done. And quadrant 4, we'll start on this pale oak wood right here. And come on out this way with some pale moss. And all 4 of our slabs are on the bottom half of the block, just like that. Then down here, we'll continue placing leaves to finish this off. And that's layer 22 done. I am just going to take these little markers away because from here on out I will just show you exactly where to place things. If you want to continue the markers on yours, feel free. But quadrant 1 has nothing in it, and quadrant 2, we'll just start on this bottom right slab and go up 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, and then another 2, just like this. Quadrant 3, we have a pale oak wood, and that's the end of our trunk right there. And then we'll come down to this branch right here. On top of this slab is our first leaf. And then we have 1, 2, 3 leaves on the bottom half. We'll fill in our other leaves as well. And then come over here. This will start with a leaf on the top wood block here. And then our slabs will all be on the bottom half. Just like this. And then we'll fill in our leaves around it. That's quadrant 3, done. And then we'll come over here and we'll just place right on top of our slabs with an extra couple leaves around it. We'll come down here. So if we see our slabs here, we'll come over 1, 2, and place a leaf, and then come down 1, 2, and place another leaf. And that's layer 23, done. Layer 24. Layer 24, quadrant 2. We will place our leaves just like that. And that is the end of quadrant 2. Quadrant 3 will come on down and place on top of our slabs, plus an extra one up top, and an extra 2 down there. And then come over here and place on top of our slabs again. Just like this. Quadrant 4, our very last block, is right there, on top of this cross shape, right there. And layer 25, the only quadrant with anything in it is quadrant 3. And so in quadrant 3, we'll come down 1, 2, right there. And for our other leaves, we'll come over 1, 1, 2, 3, like that. And that is our big pale oak complete. I am so proud of and thankful for everyone who watched this video all the way through, who worked with me and my scratchy, sometimes quiet voice. Seriously, guys, thank you so much for following along. Now, like I said, if anything doesn't feel right to you, feel free to just add some blocks and to really just fix it however you want. It is your tree to fix. I just gave you a good baseline to work with here. Now at the root of the tree, as with our medium and small, first off, let's get rid of these. Anyway, as with our medium and small, feel free to add this pale moss carpet to create that texture right around the base, or even to place some moss blocks, some pale moss blocks, and bone meal them. I personally would take away this grass, but that's just me. Depends on where you're putting it, how you're doing it, and what you want your vibe to be. Before you go, let me give you a quick sneak peek of our next tree series. We've had our birch trees right here, and now all 3 of our pale oak trees, and now we'll be moving on to regular oak trees. I am so excited to share these with you guys. So please, if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, drop them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer those. And if you really have been enjoying this, please hit the subscribe button. Thanks, bye!